am immortal king, I am the king and sing, I bring the music scene back. Hear my empirical rhymes added lyrical flow to this rap that's a fact. Fresh meat on the scene, I flesh out my routine to slip in between the obscene and uninteresting. Just a smoke treat for my infernal machine, I'm sent to blow up on this track. Let me explain why my name's in this game. Let me share with you my hardship and pain. Let my left brain analyze and devise all these rhymes so your mind can surmise that my flow tells and lies. And I'm here to surprise, terrified at a mind. Say I actualize truth I locked up inside, jeopardized by my insecure demons. Released every line symbolizing my triumph. I don't know everyone's hardships, didn't grow up with your pain. But I know that I'm the farthest thing from a thief looking for money or fame. I'm keeping it real, I over-reveal, I weep and I squeal. I'm caught to the real, an automobile that is stuck and get aimed at the cliffs of unreal.
Sad eyes shimmer gold, king leaps from his throne. Blood leaks from his mouth, breathe in, bleed out. My journal is full of eternal requests to be blessed, but I'm stressed, can't digest it. The truth is a monster suppressed by my youth and expressed as a manifestation of blind ignorance. I confess the first step to assess the regrets that I've left unaddressed. I'm obsessed with my quest to find rest, decompress, get things off of my chest, finally take a breath. Used to believe money brought what I need, sought after riches to pockets with greed. Bought me a life only seen in my dreams, forcing it all but was missing a piece. Where was the glee, my guarantee? Thought I'd be free of the misery carried through life, it's still torturing me. Yet I'm still filled with the dread of waking up alone in an ivory bed, faking that I know what's running through my head, shaking I'm alone as I stare at my phone, painstakingly waiting for love that's as pure as my own. Cause I thought I could answer the world, wasn't top at the chance it unfold. But I fought in that fight isn't dead, and I won't stop that fight till I'm dead and I'm cold. Sad eyes shimmer gold, king leaps from his throne. Blood leaks from his mouth, breathe in, bleed out. Master of the skies, makes some wise cramps lost on you with the best advice. Try and realize where your bias lies. Blinded anger leads to hatred, but you can't surmise that the worst threat to your mindset is the toxic trust you inside, spit into your eyes. Take a cobra's aim to immobilize. Play the victim just to save your pride. Spewing lies, think you slide, try to mesmerize friends you hurt who think the world of you. They'll desert you in the great divide. Takes a second just to tell a lie. Deception mountain piling up too high to climb. Tick tock, look like you're left alone to die. Hurry up, you're already out of time. Daylight turns cold, rise from the shadows.
Continue with unlimited rhymes intertwined with sublime wit inside of my mind, undefined by the rules of mankind. Chords align like the clocks at the start of springtime. Let's skip ahead. Sick of the attitude, sick of the attitude, sick of the poor being used without gratitude. Leave moral turpitude growing in magnitude, suffocates all the way work to combat it. Lost by corporations that intrude on the everyday lives of mankind. That's enough for you. Gold chains, savagery, millions for worshiping, full of sick trouble tea. That's not enough for you. You act like you have it all, but the more you flaunt, the more you prove one thing. I am the king. I am the king. I am the king.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? What's going on? Guten Morgen. Should I focus more on runes or certain uniques for a fresh offline start? I mean, the thing is, you really want both. Like, you want to get a Shaco, you want to get some, like, chance guards and a gold wrap and some, you know, maybe war traps, maybe water walks, maybe treks, whatever. But you want to get your spirit. You want to get towards Enigma or Infinity, if you know, potentially. You want to get toward, you know, depends if you're doing grief for a barbarian. So it's just like, what order do you want to do it in? Generally, I start off with basic uniques and stuff first. And then go from there. But Just rolled a great map. It always feels nice when you pop in and just have a really nice map set up. I think it might actually be better to go to Act 4 now. I went and extracted my files. Okay, that's there, that's there, that's there. Cool. What's a non-F3 toll worth? Nothing notable. Okay. Nothing notable. So I extracted my files, and then I did a test. I did a test 2 runs. Oops. I forgot I have a second one as well. Just to see, like, the speed of it. And I was so worried that I would drop like a Rune in those 2 runs. Which is funny, because you guys find stuff offline all the time. But I was like, oh no, if I find something offline like a Rune, Surin, whatever, anything, how do I explain it to chat? Chat, I did a few LK runs offline. And that's when I got the Rune. They'd be like, sure you did, Llama. Sure you did. Actually seems potentially, oopsies, similar still. God, it's just cross zone loads are just so slow. What do you have to gain from lying about it? Well, everybody would say, like, you know, I actually have more to gain because then I know I missed a small charm before. You know, okay, I lied about it and now I can get my character going faster or something, you know. Something like that. Photo with TP super fun, yeah. All right, let's try and set it up here. So it seems like it seems like we're saving about 2 seconds, roughly 2 to 3 seconds, with our improved load time. So that's nice. So now I have to decide, is it faster than going to Act 4? Okay, so we can get down to like 19.3. So now let's go to Act 4 and do like 5 runs with Act 4 and see where we're hitting. I think like 19 flat is kind of the like base for this. gotta get Jmod. It's better when you have a run and you don't run into a bunch of stuff to pick up when you're trying to gauge the speed. $18.9. I mean, it seems technically faster. It is very close. It's a little bit more technical, which is probably the biggest issue. That's as fast as we're running it. 18.5. Technically ever so slightly faster, but it's definitely a lot more clicking, which is the slightly annoying part.
I can't carry anymore.
No Jmod. So, virus. I get the APM up. I was doing some LK runs and opened up some other chests. My best things were from those. Yeah, I mean, like, the thing is, this is your best route to getting Rune and whatever, you know. But, like, you're not finding any sets. You're not finding any uniques. You're not finding any of that stuff here. So what are you getting here? You're getting high runes. That is it. If you want to get some other stuff too, you're best off going elsewhere. Or popping a bunch of the other chests, and you know, and you can still get high runes and stuff in those areas as well. You know, so it's like, why play solo? Just a waste of time? Ah, yes. One of those people. So you've never played a single player game before? If you can't game to win or beat someone, what is the point? Like, it really is such a funny mindset to have. Solo is a complete waste. Because it's kind of literally two spots. You either, one, recognize that you don't have enough self-control to not cheat, unless you think you can cheat in single player, so it's worthless. Or two, you think it has to be online so you can compete with others. Otherwise, it's worthless. And in both cases, it seems you're just struggling with being able to play games for fun. Because once you can realize you can just play games for fun.
What do you need?
And then it's like, oh yeah, maybe I'm just playing games to have a good time. And so then, why would I cheat? And I don't need to compete with other people. I was against SSF till recently. I'm really enjoying it on an Xbox. It's such a... I mean, I prefer the experience. And it's funny because I do love, like, competing with people and things and stuff, but... it's just... when you play SSF, like... and I love trading, too. Like, I like competing. I like trading. I like all that, but... when you can truly love SSF and just playing by yourself, it's like such a nice experience. You can change how gaming, you know, is for you, and it becomes really, really fun and really nice. All of SSF is a construct made by content create. Okay, you're just drunk or something.
Impossible.
Like, I would say my favorite games of all time, when I look at like some of the best games, you know, from Zelda to Metroid to
Impossible.
whatever, they're all like SSF. Right. It's when you grow up and have life outside of gaming, you can come to enjoy it a little bit. I mean, that was the, you know, the recent article there, right? Was about how people who game and need to win and compete have a lot more like anxiety versus people who are just gaming for fun, not competing, can find it for self-relaxation time. Because we're having a blast, man. But, you know, like I say, I think there's a healthy balance of both. And that's why I also sometimes race to first level 99. Because it's fun to have that competition too. But then I can hop offline and do thousands of LK runs and have a great time here. So, rip. Tried the Sanctuary Exile mod for PD2. There's a PD2 mod? Goes even further? Yeah, I mean, I'm level 81 with 0 experience. I don't care if I die. Thanks, Serpichu. Found your first burn yesterday? Let's go. A mod of a mod. All I can think is power creep of power creep. Unless it's like the mod goes the opposite way to try and like bring down some of the power creep that PD2 implemented. What up, Drained? Man, it has been a while since I streamed. Let's see. What a weekend. Friday, I just did taxes. I still have more to do. Always more stuff to send over. Saturday, I worked a track meet. And then did something else after the track meet. I don't even remember what. Yeah, taxes always take like 10 hours or something. Streaming tax day is the worst day when you're self-employed. And then Sunday went to Masteries GC. Man, look at these terrible runs. No, I'm self-employed. Just contract.
I can't.
218. I might keep it for a different build. Seriously, these first 300 runs have been complete and utter garbage. Where's like the 9 high runes, man? We're just, all we do is drop terrible. Perfect. All we do is drop terrible things. Not even a single pole rune or higher, which is crazy. Darn League games. Like, we're actually on the more unlucky side of it now, not even having a pole room by now. But that's how it goes. You got Vex and Ohms. I mean, that's nice. I would take Vex and Ohms. I'd take any higher end, man. Instead, we just get Dole Rune. It's okay. Yeah, I've got 40 FRW boots on. Yeah, it seems like going to Act 4 has the potential of being like half a second faster, but it also has enough slowdown potential that I don't actually feel like it's still worth it here. I think it would be worth it if I had the map a little bit better. If the map was 1-2 and it was just to the right. Is Nightmare LK worth running? I mean, you're not going to find any high runes or anything, but like Nightmare LK can still be good. Make sure I'm on player 7. It can still be good for like finding Lem rune and Ko rune and kind of like those runes. So when you're playing through, if you want to do X runs of, you know, Nightmare is very good for skillers. You will find a lot of skillers in Nightmare Kurast, like tons of skillers. They just want to have high life on them.
Good day.
One to Demon Skiller. Hey. I mean, slightly more useful. Still probably the worst of the 3 skillers for the Warlock, but at least it's better than Mastery's Barb. People accept perfect gems. What are they using them for? Crafting purposes. Rubies and amethysts get crafted for amulets and rings and blood gloves and things like that. And then skulls get used for re-rolling diadems. And the rest get used for re-rolling grand charms. So you rolled a 45 life skiller. Let's go. It was a passive Amazon. Let's not go. Best small charms possible. I mean, you can get 3 20/20s and stuff, so. At least it wasn't curses. I mean, it might as well be. It doesn't matter. Both worthless. That's nice, Azura.
What do you need?
Oh my god, go over there.
Moo.
Yo Llama, I was thinking of using my perf griffins with one of the new lightning jewels. Which would be the strongest non-mosaic build for griffins? My guess is light sork or nova, but I'm not sure.
Nova Source.
Impossible.
Nova Source, very strong. Stronger than lightning? Yeah. Look, lightning source is still very good. So when I say it's stronger than lightning, I'm not saying that lightning is bad. Lightning is S tier. Nova is S tier. But Nova just ends up being a little bit stronger. Just a better AoE. Is Nova energy short shield build? Usually. Because you have the extra points. Because all you need for Nova is Static Field, Nova, and Lightning Mastery. So that's 60 points. Plus, you know, whatever, a couple basic ones of Storm Rider stuff. So you have tons of points left, so you generally dump telekinesis and energy shield. Stay a while and listen. How do you farm Andy or Mephisto without teleport online? Feels really bad. You get a teleport staff, honestly. And then you know, use that for walls, and then you charge in between or what. It depends what character you're playing. But you run really fast in between, and then you use that. Towel, shield. Make this belt 4 slot. Is Nova good enough if you have Sunder but no Infinity? It's decent. The Infinity really helps. Especially if you're, I mean, you can run it both ways, where you self-wield it or you give it to Mercenary. But self-wielded Infinity is just like gross. Because you get the minus 45 to 55% enemy res, which is huge on top of the Infinity minus, and so it just you're just crushing stuff. One of the biggest issues is lightning runs on a slower breakpoint, so that's one of the like harder things for it. My Nova gets to be a little stronger. Nova kind of fishy versus level 5. You talking Heralds? So I do think Lightning is the better build if you're like gonna Herald farm and stuff a little more. Because Nova versus Heralds is honestly kind of scary. But yeah, whenever I'm doing like Mephisto farm or Andariel farm and I don't have Telly yet and I'm not playing Sorceress, I just get Naja's staff or I get a random teleport staff. And then I do a lot of Tellying and a little bit of running in between or charging if it's a paladin or something. And yeah. It's kind of my like way of going, and then I'm just repairing often, right? So you need to be at least picking up a little bit so you can go sell some stuff. Weird that didn't. I never saw that. So, I don't know what click bug you're exactly saying, but I do know that characters are not the greatest at picking stuff up if they're not positioned properly. Let's say there's like something in the way, like a pillar or even just like a small, like another person, whatever, and you're trying to click an item. your character's not always gonna like run around and grab that item. They kind of like get interrupted in their action. So you just have to always make sure to like position yourself where the item is actually within your range to pick it up. First week of ladder. Yeah, I mean, I rushed 99 the first week of ladder. I didn't have any issues like that, but I do just know with the game that sometimes picking stuff up can be, you're like clicking, and it's just not grabbing it. And usually it's because one other person is like slightly standing in your way. Okay, Blobs. We're on player 7. When will Warlock get nerfed? Probably next season is my guess. They don't really do mid-season like balance changes in D2. Best in slot. Energy shield weapon. I mean, memory is your offhand energy shield weapon. But yeah, you're probably going to be using whatever you call it. Good day. Just your infinity. Dota 2 had a new patch in the middle of a pro tourney last week. Okay, I need more information. What? No, Zerk, just getting unlucky. Is 200 FCR worse or better than Infinity? It's a little less strong. I mean, it's really nice and still like super good, but having the Infinity for one less breakpoint, it's a lot. So was the tournament like being ruined by everybody like picking this one character, doing this one strategy, and so then they did a nerf like right there just to do that? Yeah. Maybe they didn't. I don't know. I haven't noticed it now, so maybe it got fixed. But I didn't notice it at start of ladder at all, so maybe it just wasn't for me. 741, 741 both released last week. There was a hot fix on some bugs. Well, hot fixing bugs is very different from like a balance patch, you know? Like they'll hot fix bugs here and there. They, you know, they hot fix the Grail bug and stuff. We're getting there, Vexer. I use the Oscros MF counter. From GitHub. What the heck, Big? I almost wonder if I should make Infinity instead of Enigma for my Fire Warlock. And then go farm the Enigma with like 1,000 cow runs or something. Blood Boil does enough damage. You don't need a Blood Boil. What? Fire Warlock? No, the 13.6 includes like Andy runs and stuff. Well, I do have a demon with conviction. So I guess that is like my infinity, huh? Yeah, it's actually pretty close to the same strength. Man, they really need to get rid of that. I know, people are gonna hate. Mr. Llama always wants to nerf things. But being able to pick up a free infinity for like just because I saw a monster that has conviction, that's pretty good. That's too good. The concept of Bind Demon is really fun, and I think it will have a place eventually, but yeah, it can, Nicolai. Hell Warden versus Shaco and Hammerden. I mean, if I'm magic finding, I'm always going Shaco. Hell Warden, you're losing the skill. You do get a little bit of magic. I don't think it's built for Hammerden as much. But it'd still be fine. Like it'd be I would rather use Shaco. But if I found, oh, it does get you to the 125. Yeah, you know, if you don't care about magic find as much, and it's getting you to the 125, then go for it. I figured you were already at the 125. What's the problem with letting casuals have free infinity? Just power creep. That's all. It just doesn't fit with the game. That's the biggest reason. There are games that are built more for casual players, and there are games that are built more for grinders. And this game is built more for grinders, so when you start introducing just like free infinities for everybody, and if Enigma started costing, you know, just like if LF or something. Malice Enigma. Well, it's just kind of both, right? It's like Curse and Conviction both are like too good to just get for free like that. Like if you want Curse, you're gonna need to go and get an Act 5 mercenary and give him, you know, whatever the new sword is, whose name I forget. And now you're sacking having a pride or having, you know, might aura plus pride, right? Like you gotta have the trade-offs there. Not Shadowfang. It looks like Shadowfang. Oh my god, what's the name of it? Dreadfang. Yeah, Dreadfang. I was like, Fang is in there. Not Shadow though, yeah. Yeah, Dreadfang. Dreadfang. I don't know how much I can talk about everything. But Dreadfang used to be like really good. So another thing that I did push on some. And I still think it's solid and has good use cases, which is fun. But man, it was like busted at the start. It was so crazy. If the Warlock was a sword, it's the original Dreadfang. I'll just say that much. Pretty balanced. Are there any patches or like announcements about patching Warlock? No. How can I make my loading screen time as fast as yours? You know, I'm actually gonna do this. Okay. Let me do this. What's up, YouTube? Mr. Llama RPG here, and today I want to talk about an even better way to extract your files and improve your load times. Now, many of you may have seen my video previously about improve your load times 1000%, blah, 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 all that stuff. This is that, but made better by someone in the community, so we can go and look over here and see. So basically, Woodio, shout out to you, made a D2R file extractor. This just does all of the pieces in one nice, simple thing. So there's a cache extraction tool to extract the game files, blah, blah, blah. Basically, to the pieces to speed up your load times, you want to extract all of the files in and then run with DirectTXT, and then it's going to like have those files there and it'll speed it up for whatever reason, rather than having to go, I don't know the technicalities of it, but that's the main piece. You need to extract the files. Now you need to do this every time there is an update, so that's just going to be the biggest thing. But yeah, here's the GitHub right here. I will have these links for the D2R file extractor. Here's his video guide on using it as well. I'm just doing this to really get it out, but it's also super easy. Basically, you go there, you download it, you go to the extractor compiled standalone and the extractor, and then you run this exe. This exe is going to bring up right here. You add an installation and you select the file where you have your Diablo 2. So this is just my program files, Diablo 2 Resurrected, right there. And then you'll just press extract. And that's it. Like that is the fastest piece of the guide. You'll do extract. It'll take 5, 10, 15 minutes, depends how fast your computer is. And it will say extracted when it's done. And then you're good to go. The only other thing is going to be on your BattleNet launcher. You want to go to game settings and then -direct-txt right here. Additional command line arguments, and do that. Otherwise, you're not going to get the benefit. And when you do this, it'll save like 2 to 3 seconds per load, sometimes more. Again, it depends your computer exactly, but all of those like load times that you have going between the waypoints and, you know, whatever, it's just going to speed up, right? So you're just going to have faster times between waypoints and any of the load screens that you're getting right there when you use this. And the biggest thing, like I said, when there is a patch, so whenever a new patch comes out, you'll do undo extraction, and then you'll update the game, and then you'll do re-extract. Okay? So that's just going to be the biggest thing. Otherwise, you will start to experience some like game crashing sometimes if you don't do that. So if it patches through, whatever, you know, you may see crash. Okay, just go undo the extraction, re-extract, and then you're good to go again. And that's it. It's a really handy, nice tool. So again, shout out to Wudio here. This is just a fast, easy, much easier way of doing it than in the previous video. Nice and simple. Again, I'll have the links down below. And like I say, this will speed up your loads by, who knows? For me, it was about, I'm saving on every LK run about like 2 to 3 seconds right now, which is significant over the course of 3,000 runs. But yeah, even more for elsewhere. Does it work for Steam? I don't know. Does he say anything about Steam? Steam. Nobody asked and nobody said anything. So, uncertain on Steam. I'll post a comment, I guess, at the top if we get clarification for that. GG, don't forget to like and subscribe, YouTube. See you guys in the next one. Peace. All right, let's continue. What's going to be the best class to get 99 hardcore? I mean, probably Warlock now for the achievement. Warlock, Paladin, yes, Trap Assassin. Those are probably my top 3 picks. If I'm trying to go 99 hardcore. I guess Mosaic is also technically still in offline, so you could still run Mosaic there. It should speed up all your load times.
Hear me out. We remove Conviction Aura from Bind Demon, or make it so demons get random auras excluding Conv. But we make Teleport on Enigma as 3 charges with replenish 1 charge each second, and Teleport on Sork of cooldown that you can reduce to 0.1s at hard level 20. Default cooldown would be like 1 or 1.5s. Just joking, no one is so brave to break current meta. They tried with Warlock, but we all know that after nerfs most people will be back to Hammer/Blizz duo. Sag.
Yeah, I mean, it's very difficult. It's the biggest thing is the devs don't want to ruin the game. Because this game is 26 years old and still being played, it's not as much of a, hey, we just can't do anything. Right? Like everything they do, they consider, does this ruin the game? Does this bring in too much power creep? Does this, you know, nerf things too much where people are unhappy? And obviously, like, they don't get everything perfect, and they are, you know, trying to do things. But and the nice thing is, they do have Reign of the Warlock as a separate instance of the game. So I do think that at least is really good. If they go in and like, and I actually kind of am for it. I'm like, you know what? Maybe go and like shift all the stuff around. Make it crazy. Change Enigma to like 3 charges with a cooldown. Right? Like, do some stuff to shift it up. And then keep Diablo 2 Resurrected as Diablo 2 Resurrected. So then everybody can stay there. The biggest issue, and what I think was... So then it's like, hey, if people want to stay there. The biggest issue is they shouldn't have allowed rollover. I still, from the start, I still was very adamant about that. And I still say it because now all these people have rolled their characters over, and all of a sudden, if you want to suddenly ruin, essentially, right, the game for them, they're like, I want to roll my character back. I want to go play Resurrected. I don't want to play this. So, I think rollover was like, yeah. That's probably one of my least favorite decisions they made. Charge Enigma and PD2 makes sense because of density on D2R. Density average is low. Sure. I mean, it's it would slow the game down a little bit.
Impossible.
I just do feel like they could have used it more as like a fun experimenting area.
Moo.
Thanks, Viking Gen. It's funny because this still feels like tedious, but at the same time, this is 10 times faster than it used to be. That's kind of funny. You're like, ugh. No Hiron so far? No Hiron so far. Been a rough Lower Kurast. I mean, I never design the game or come up with changes that I'd like based on speedrunning. Literally, Enigma is never even used in speedrunning. Right click, I'll do 3 at a time. Control Shift right click. Yeah, the thing is I never would have saved that many gems before, so it's really cool because now I get to have all these gems and I get to do tons of rerolls later on, and that's going to be a really fun, like, really fun video. See how many skillers we can hit. But yeah, it's like, it's always tough. Like, Enigma is such a staple, crucial, critical part. The thing is, in PD2, Enigma is worthless, essentially. It's a little bit of like PD2, this is where they start to go a little too far, I do feel like, and stuff. It starts to become D3, D4, right? Where maps just become like rifts, and because you don't ever teleport because you're just always flooded by monsters. Like every map is a, you know, here is an example of a map, we'll just say. Right. You go in right here, and then here's monsters. Every orange is like mobs. Blah, 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 blah. It's just go like that. So why do you need Enigma? Like you just go in and then you just like, right? Just like make your way through a single path, kill the boss, and make your way through the path and finish. And this is how PD2 is, D3 is, D4 is.
Rollover would be okay-ish if it would be limited to non-ladder. As for shifting things around, I would be in favor of it. There are plenty of skills on various classes that can't be really used in Endgame-ish. There is still so much more potential in this boomer game that we really shouldn't play mostly Blizz/Hammer.
Yeah. That is like all of the everything. Right? That's just how maps work. How greater rifts work, how pit runs work, how any and all of it works in the new games. And you just don't need Enigma or anything, because again, literally everything is just right. You're just constantly fighting mobs, and then you just like move a hair down the single path and continue to fight mobs. And this is where, you know, it's different. Where D2's differences really come in is that's not how farming works in this game, right? You're literally going around maps that have depth and walls and different pieces and all this stuff. And so having teleport is very useful. And many times you want to teleport past the stuff and go to the bosses. And so Enigma here is very valuable, whereas Enigma in those other games is not that valuable because it doesn't matter. You're not needing to have any like reason to skip past. Kicking chest is better. I mean, this is a very niche part of this game that not many people like, but I love this part. I love that there's an option to go kick chest for some high runes up to Burun. I think it's like such a fun, weird... When did I pick up 3 blue amulets? The heck? This is like as slot machine as it gets right here, man. Oh, they're rare amulets. Okay. That makes more sense.
Greetings.
So, but some teleport
Impossible.
again goes maybe a little bit too far.
Impossible.
Right. Am I preparing you guys for the charges? I'm actively working on charges. That's right. No. I just think it would be very interesting to see what charges for Enigma would look like, because they'd come back, you know, you get a charge every like couple seconds, so it's not like you would never get teleport. But it would play in a way where you have to like move, telly, move, right? Like it'd just be a little slower. So I'd be here, I'd run here, I'd telly in, I'd run here, I'd run, I'd, you know, okay, and telly in, telly, move, you know, like, okay, it's a tiny bit slower. I don't like it being on like charges per elite kill or anything. Just put Enigma behind a paywall and you're done. Ah, smart. You can purchase the ability to access high-end rune words. Well, the problem with increasing mana cost per telly is it's just inconsequential for so many characters. Maybe now people put a little bit of points into energy, or they focus on a little bit more like mana charms, but a lot of runs, it's not going to matter much. Also, how long until you reset it in between? If they ever try and implement pay to win, you quit the game, never come back. Yeah, I think me too. That'd be a real game killer. Career killer. I mean, there's a big difference between like someone hosting a third-party site where they allow you to like buy gold with money and then use that to trade in the game, and Blizzard actively being like, come spend $10 to get Enigma, you know. It would be better if every class got teleport as a skill. See, I'm on the like less teleport train, not more teleport train. It's hard to put teleport back in the bag, though. That's the thing. I think they're I don't think teleport will ever be touched. I think they're way too scared to touch it. It'll feel really bad. Where are the small charms that you look for in LK runs? I mean, just any good small charms. 25s, 320/20s, Magic Find small charms, whatever, you know. It's kind of like when you look at Path of Exile 1. The game used to be very slow on start. It has, in the long run, devolved into literal insanity on the screen. Where you see nothing, everything is just, right, like actual insanity. What even is the game? What even is the combat? It is disgusting. But you can't touch it. Chris tried, and everyone revolted, you know? So there's just no chance on it. True lightning. The new build is 20k plus. I mean, it makes sense. Sorceress teleportation was done so she wouldn't die. She's very fragile. Yeah, it's a little bit of like, I'd say a blunder from the start was allowing teleport to exist. And, you know, it only existed for the sorceress. And the problem is teleport was designed with mana potions not being purchasable. That was the biggest issue. Because when you couldn't buy mana potions from a vendor, yeah, teleport's not like broken. It's good. It's still pretty good because you get enough in like warmth and mana and stuff like that. You could still like make runs and do things and she'd still be good. So it still probably was a little too strong. But no mana potions from vendors was a big factor. No insight existing. All of this. And if you actually go play a like SSF of a sorceress, she feels kind of bad without teleport. Jeez, small cute. That's sick. You know? Surprisingly, feels kind of meh. Ow. So, the initial design of it was not nearly as powerful. However, it just got more and more powerful as the game, you know, bloated up a little bit, right? I mean, I really just need a Rune if I want to consider Enigma here. Jeez, power. Yeah, and the thing is, teleport is so iconic as well. Yeah, TPing back to Waypoint Act 4 is ever so slightly faster. However, from a technicality standpoint, it requires a lot more precision. I'm fine doing 19, 20-second runs right here. Ow. What the heck, MP? Got a Chris with 2 Abyss. Nice.
Hello.
Gold, gold, trash, trash. I mean, I was testing it earlier on. Like I said, I was hitting like at fastest 18.5, I think was my lowest time, as opposed to like 19.1 here. So it technically was ever so slightly faster. But the slower runs I felt like were a lot slower because, oh, I'd miss a telekinesis on the way back, or whatever. Just lost all my warlock gear mid-nightmare, having to go to your corpses. Dumb. Wait, what? You can just save quit the game and then your stuff is there. I actually love bodies in the game with gear. And having to either go retrieve it or leave it. I think it's such a cool thing that, again, we just don't get to see in new games nowadays. You just always start over with your gear when you die. Yeah, you can just roll all res is the roll. So what you saw was something like 10 all res, 20 fire res, right? That was the like roll. It rolled fire res and it rolled all res. Never even get a mechanic of thought. It's a brilliant mechanic, and it fits so well with Diablo 2. This one's not all res; it's totally separate. Well, if it is all res, it'll, unless you're saying each one is different. But if it is like both of those, then it'll list them all out separately. So it doesn't say all resist. It'll say 10 light, 10 cold, 10 poison, 20 fire. Thank you. I've done more than that in the past year, Kale. Any tips for farming Sunders online? Right now, no. Wait till they balance it better. I mean, the only tip for finding Sunders, besides having a Hork Barb, is stay in a game, terrorize all the acts, and then just kill tons of heralds. Isn't current your fault? What? What's my fault? I'm sure it is. Everything is my fault. Current balance for Sunders. I don't even think I gave any notes about Sunder balance drop rates. I didn't even know what they were. I think Sunders need to be tuned down. We've already talked about that. Making like the actual Sunder different. Where you get like the base Sunder easier. And then the upgrades are like from the Heralds. And then Herald's Warlock needs to be tuned down a little bit from his ridiculousness. And then once that happens, Heralds probably need to be brought down a tiny bit. The high-end Heralds are so brutal. Now, one thing you can do to help out is always spawn your heralds in easy areas. So whenever you draw the ire of a herald, go to the Cold Plains, go to the Bloodmoor, go to the Den of Evil, and then you can fight your heralds in there.
Moo.
So just make sure you're not map hack's pretty cool. It's called single player, bro. Maps don't reset on single player. Boba Fett, thank you very much. The heralds will only spawn in terror zones, but if you've terrorized all of Act 1 already, then you can just go spawn them wherever you want in that act. That's not true. You can spawn ire wherever you want. I'm pretty sure they only spawn in terror zones. I can go test, I guess. Also true dream. What? The map doesn't change, Brimstone. Single player. You get the same map until you change difficulty. Yeah, map hack in your mind video makes map hack relevant anyways. Agreed. What's the jump from one difficulty to the other? So, I mean, there's a variety of things. But the main ones are just like, when you move up a difficulty, you get minus res. So minus 30 all res in Nightmare, minus 100 all res in Hell. Monsters upgrade, they become, you know, stronger. Especially Nightmare to Hell. And then unique bosses gain an affix.
Great English. It's your fault that I'm spending so much time in this game and I have so much fun doing this.
Sorry.
And since Enigma discussion went so well, let's start another topic.
Oh, God.
Rune words should either be nerfed or rares and uniques should be buffed. You shouldn't be limited to Spirit / Hoto plus Spirit Shield. I feel like there are not enough choices for chase gear. Probably the most free slot is for Tryre's 20 run walk boots and amulets. We need more rare items in gear slots.
Yeah. Totally agree. It's one of the biggest focuses of Llama RPG is trying to keep rares, magics, whatever, all the stuff relevant in their own right and having their own like power. Rune words won out too much here. It's why Classic is so fun. Yeah, okay, Far Cry. How many quintillion damage will we be able to do in Llama RPG? I'm hoping that like maxed out characters will do in the hundreds of damage. I think that's like the max damage I want to see. Oh, that pizza's awful. Oh.
Moo.
Schmatey6.
Schmatey6, thank you. Large charms, I mean, they can be okay. You can get some nice like max damage ones and stuff if you want, but they're just never as good as grand and small in the end. Honestly, Cahold, it wouldn't be even that broken. I mean, whatever that pizza was, I just bit into. That was not a good slice. General 3K runs? Kind of. I mean, I need a Rune if I want to potentially make Enigma. Which I might want to do some stuff. Llama RPG is the video game I'm designing.
I am overburdened.
It is a turn-based MMO RPG with a focus on kind of more ARPG elements, which is something that I feel like I don't see as much in that's not bad. Keepable. Ooh, 6% MF small charm. We're keeping anything at this point. This is rough. 6% MF. I mean, I do like that still. That is nice. So a lot of JRPGs, I feel like, focus on this, like, different style. Good luck on spirit. They're very, like, they just don't have as much of like an itemization focus, and they're more just a grindy battle, but kind of like simpler in that capacity. So Llama RPG is supposed to still be grindy, don't get me wrong. You know, ARPG is still grindy, but it has more focus on items. It has crafting within it. It has, you know, your professions and things in it. So kind of more like a turn-based combat system mixed with like a RuneScape, mixed with a Pokemon, mixed with Diablo 2, plenty of D2 influence in there. And just like a different take on it in that way. But it hopefully has that piece that I really love, which is kind of the like gambling aspect. When I kill, you know, when I kill a mob, I have my like chance to drop a really sweet item. So yeah, so that's the game. It's coming along really nicely. We are, you know, it's always slower than you want it to be, just like annoying part, but it's really fun to have, and the game has improved a lot. The core is stabilized a lot. It is multiplayer, like I say, it's an MMO. So you're just gonna have servers and be on servers and stuff. And the hope is to kind of bring back some of the older school gaming that I loved growing up. Oh my god. So weird, I couldn't click that chest. What are your thoughts in general on the choice between the best items being made from only drops or only crafting? So I think you can do either and or both. And I think the best is truly a combination of it all. Thanks, Farquhar. So, like, in Llama RPG, you can always go, like, you're going to always craft the best item, but you're using the bases from all of the items that you find in the game. Because in the game, there's essentially a power level of an item. You have power level 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Items in the game, as of right now, drop up to power level 3. So you won't find anything above power level 3 currently. Maybe I'll change in the future. Out in the world. Then you can craft any item. A white item, a blue item, a rare item, an elite item, a unique item. To essentially, like, upgrade it. And, you know, every item's going to have an influence, the amount that it can be crafted. I would love to get at some point next year. Q2 is probably early. I just had to put something in. No. So the thing is, you won't just look for power level 3 items. Though you'll probably mostly be looking at power level 3 items. But I think you can also encourage the fun of power level 1 and 2 items by having things like low-level dueling in the game, right? If there's low-level dueling, let's say that there's a dueling arena And you can only use power level 1 items or power level 2 items. You know, then you can have like some fun for those. But essentially power level 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you know, 5, they're all the same thing. You're just increasing like the base. And then, you know, you'll do some other crafting on like some of the stats. So the power level, think of it like the quality or whatever of an item in D2. You have a normal item, an exceptional item, and an elite item. So you have a crystal sword, a dimensional blade, and a phase blade. Right. So if I find a godly crystal sword, I can up it into a dimensional blade and then up it into a phase blade. In Llama RPG, you can just upgrade it into a phase blade 2 and phase blade 3 or something, right? Let's pretend. And that'll be your power level 4 and 5. So they're just like slightly stronger bases. By doing that. Then the crafting is you can I have a whole like document. Let me go to Paint and open something really fast. Documents, Llama RPG, crafting breakdown 2. Okay, sure. Right. So then crafting is kind of like a separate piece in a way where you can take an item, such as I can take an elite sword and it has these affixes. And then I can try and craft like a new... So you're not just adding to it, right? A lot of times you're taking something and then you're trying to boost other pieces around it. And it's going to craft other things on it. So I'm using my influence to try and influence these and then try and pick... You know, oh, I really want this to hit enhanced fire. So I'm going to add some points to enhanced fire. This isn't even the best picture. Let me see if there's a better one. Not really. But you essentially put in your base item. You pick your crafting materials. Yeah, I like the other one better. And you add influence into those and then choose what you want to try and influence on it. And then it's going to roll an elite sword. And it's going to roll each of these potential affixes. And you could hit something really cool. So you're not always going to hit on it. But it kind of creates this interesting idea of you can try and look for sweet bases that are like kind of close. Yo, that's a really cool base. Let me take it and try and craft it and try and hit some sweet affixes on it. Because then it could become really good. But ultimately, I think like you're probably the crafted item eventually will win out as the best item. But I think stuff you find will be better a majority of the time. Because it's harder to get the crafted good item. And then additionally... Oh, I need my J-mod, though. Whatever stuff. But you'll still always want to be, like, picking up items that are kind of close. So, you know, the idea is how many times have you picked up a cool item in Diablo 2 and it was like close to being good. It was a good base and everything, but it just wasn't quite right. This would allow you to have a couple chances to like roll it and make it potentially be good. But it's not guaranteed. Plenty of those times it'll just meh out or whatever. Have you ever ID'd JMod? No. Similar to reforging, converting 4% in 1 second to another secondary stat. I don't know that system well enough to say yes or no. Can I pay money to bypass the entire game? No. How do I plan to monetize? The game will sell for $9.99, and there will be just a in-game donation spot, essentially, if you want to support the game. And you'll get a little badge that says, like, you're a supporter. But that's pretty much it. How long to do 3 LK runs? 1 minute. Will sprites update with the new gear? Doubtful. We are looking into having your one weapon, your main weapon, being like a visible piece. Otherwise, you will craft skins in the game. Is this P8? P7, yeah. Is it worth doing the same thing online? It honestly still is. There will be face-to-face trades in the game. There will also be an auction house, trade house, all of that. RMT is bannable. JSP is bannable. Any of those are bannable. It is very modder friendly. It's coming to YouTube, Grump, if you don't want the spoilers of it. It took a while, though.
Moo.
Thanks, Norgren. Appreciate the Prime sub. Reminding everybody in Twitch chat that they may have a Prime sub available. They can use it here. They can use it somewhere else. Just got to remember to use it so they don't lose it. Can you slip a tip for extra gear? No, no extra gear tips.
Moo.
Thank you, Chiliac. 9? It's a hard name to read.
Since we are speaking about Llama RPG, when are you expecting people to buy taxis to Endgame, skip 99% of the content, buy all Endgame gear on JSP and complain about lack of content? You know, the standard cycle of second or third day of new D2 season reset, D.
Moo.
It's true. Just happens. Plans to do another ladder decline in the future? No immediate plans. Thank you, Farkroy, for 48 months. So many monarchs today. No Hirons, though. Yeah, there's PvP Arena in Llama RPG. It has like a matchmaking system. Literally back-to-back monarchs. Oh, scintillating monarch of deflecting. So close. S-mod. Scapella. Thank you very much. Never lucky.
Impossible. It's locked. I need a key. Impossible.
Would I use JMod for PVM? Probably on Javazon.
Hail to you, champion.
Yeah, they're wild arc. Yeah, you just put facets in there. And I guess now you could put 3 facets in one of the new jewels. Four slots and block chance. Though there's some other nice ones. I mean, just 4 slots plus anything is usually pretty good. Burr. 500 runs, not a single rune of any kind. Feels bad. It'd be pretty rough and old. Ignorance is bliss a little bit there.
Great holes.
These runs have convinced me not to do these runs. Yeah, see, it's funny. The last time I did these runs, we had like 4 high runes by now. And everybody was like, oh my god, I need to do these. This time, we don't. That's how it goes. Probably Teonis. Probably. New Warlock boots are also nice, yeah.
I can.
Yeah, definitely some interesting new items. It's true, Atrum. A lot of co's. Oh. The doorway attack speed boost. I mean, I swing in doorways all the time. Yeah, it's player 7. when I return to Act 4. It's a very small time save because I have Harmony, and it takes more like inputs and precision, so I'm pretty fine just doing here. Best case scenario, large charm. I'm probably just a max damage attack rating lifer. It's maxed out. It's like a little worse than a 320/20. Ow. Oh, it's terrorized. All right. Well, here we go. Chance to get maybe a jaw rune or something here. You know, cat's eye would actually be better. Do I have cat's eye? Tails, Mahi mode. No. Chests are not affected by MF. Well, super chests are not affected by MF. Sorry. 11 seconds, Hittery. For double sets of chest. Or just single. Because going through 6 chests plus loads, 11 seconds would be crazy. Now if I had 200 FCR, be a slight improvement. And if it was second one closer, so I could do a quick boom boom to the waypoint, we could maybe get down to like 15 seconds. I don't see how 11 seconds would be possible with 6 chests though. Maybe 14 seconds. Any hirings today? Nothing today. Been complete and utter trash. I've always wanted a jaw from a terrorized LK chest.
Yes.
P5 with TZ better. 16, 17, 9 for the Annie, so pretty good. I was happy with it. I feel like I'm getting sick. You can't get sick now. I've got a playoff hockey game tonight. looks like I'm. Yeah.
I can't.
Just like feel, you know, temperature sensitive. It's not going to block it out. Shown items don't get blocked out by non-shown items. Hit those racks for TZ. It's true. That's true. Sacred armor rack. Oh, wait, you know, I just remembered. I'm only level 81, so terrorize doesn't even matter. Doesn't matter.
Impossible.
Did I get a new shirt? I don't think so. Was there a monarch I missed? Rip. No J-mod on that one. Rip the J-mod. I don't want to get sick. Got an Ohm Rune on your second run? Oh my god.
Moo.
Mr. Llama, I had to rip a shirt. Do you have a spare Tulsa one?
I'm using all of them, sorry. Congrats on your materials. The more stuff that drops from a chest, the louder the sound. Maybe like 2,000 to 3,000 to get a burr. So you're on a streamer client? I mean, clearly I'm not on streamer client. Man, our Endarial, Nightmare Endarial luck is just continuing here. Ugh.
Yes.
Rough stuff. Yeah, they're also good online. Not as good, but they're still good. Lemrune, our highest rune. I need to subscribe to Mr. Llama SC. Ah, my subscription to Mr. Llama SC must have run out. That does make sense. Just gonna talk about clowns. That's how you gotta do it, Piotr. Speed. I may need to go lay down, Moo Girl. My body ain't feeling so hot. It's been quick, man. It came on fast. Yeah, I might have to get a sub. Thanks, Doc. Just go drink chicken broth. Perfect. Farm for spirits. So many spirits. All right, I'm gonna go lay down. My body just really quickly turned into trash. I don't feel very good. Okay. Oh, I might go puke. I will see you guys tomorrow. Hopefully.
D.
Sorry for the short stream. That came on really quick. Oof.